Hi guys, this is SDJR7F88 speaking with this week's update on Compton Martin. Now, I don't think I have personally, I'm not sure what you would think, but I don't think I've done this much on the layout this week because I've been quite busy, but I did a few bits and pieces on the layout, only a tiny bit on the actual layout itself, but other bits that are not on the layout but will be on the layout as you'll see in this update. But what I have done this week though is basically I've done most of all the prepping. By prepping, I mean getting all the bits of painting done. Because once the painting's done, I can then get on to doing static grass, as you know. Now, I haven't done the road yet, which is down there, because I said I got to repaint it in the last update to more of a lighter grey. But I'll get around to hopefully doing that this week. But in the meantime, I haven't been able to do the painting of the road. But I did get around to painting the rock face. And I am so pleased. What do you think of this? That looks so much better than the original Humbrol paint painted on there. Well, I hope you agree anyway. I'm not sure if you can see it in the light, but there's loads of different tones on there. And funny enough, that was not the Woodland Scenics. That was just average paint pigments. It's a reddy brown, just like the rocks at Compton Martin. I studied the rocks there. I found a rock at Compton Martin. Obviously I looked at it, tried to get all the textures and tone, and I think this, I really captured it with this. So I'm chuffed to bits with this. It's perfect. Well, in my opinion anyway. But what I did was obviously, I'll kind of tell you, it was a bit of a mistake really at the start. When I first painted it, as you saw, it was white in last week's update. I painted that with acrylic paint, which had a slight glossy shine to it. Now, that is not a problem, that can obviously be dulled down, but when you're trying to put water on top of acrylic paint, which is glossy, it won't have it. So I had to mix up a quite thick paint. So I put that on there first, a layer anyway, and I dabbed it on, and it sort of still rubbed off, but it dulled down the white, as you can sort of see it there. It's the nice, like, sort of whitey part of the stone. But it gave it a nice, like, sort of base for the other paints to grip onto. And sure enough, I dabbed a bit more on, once it dried with other layers, with the darker brown, and then the lighter red all over. Like it was burnt umber and raw umber. The burnt umber was a reddish one, and that went on the top, and it went really, really well. And as you can see, it came out pretty good. Oh, and one thing I did do is using matte varnish, like I use on all my weathering stuff, I gave a quick blast of that over the top to make sure it wasn't come off. So it's a dull matte like it should be, but also it's permanently on there. So that's the one section. That's the section behind the station. Then I've got the little section by the edge of the bridge here. Obviously, little plants and shrubs are going to go up here because a tiny bit of white came through, but that won't matter. I'm not going to go over it with more of that paint because it's a chance it could ruin it. So I'm just keeping it on there, and obviously all shrubs and stuff got to be on here. But that there, the light isn't doing it justice, but that, I was so pleased with that. I mean, the great thing about it is it's sort of wet in layers, so you can see it there, but it looks like cut marks. So when, funny enough, just the way that it was moulded there, it looks like that, obviously workers, when the line was built, if it was real, obviously, had cut through, and actually cut all the, cut into the rock with tools, pickaxes and stuff, which is really, really good. This bit here, you can still see the plaster cloth through, but that bit's going to be covered with static grass. I just rather do too much than too little, if you know what I mean. So rather not doing enough rock and then having like a big gap between the grass and the rock, rather do much more rock than it is grass. So there, I'm going to put grass over that little section there, which is the rough area. But yeah, as I said, the road's got to be repainted. I've got a few other little items this week. It's going to be a short update for once, judging by this. So I've got 4 minutes so far. Well, I wouldn't say longer, short update just yet. It's probably going to end up really long like usual. Starting off, I've got some coarse turf. This is earth turf again. Same stuff as I used there, but except that's fine. This is coarse. This will be used as weeds along the side of the track, and of course, as I just mentioned, on the rocks. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of interesting. I might add a bit of that this week, I'm not sure. But the main thing which I think I'm going to focus on is static grass, obviously. And then this. This is field grass fibres, but I'm going to use these as reeds. These you've got to cut into, like, you get little clump them, cut them off at the bottom so they're flat, but make sure they're all rough at the tops like they would in the wild. Dab a bit PVA and then just stick them in here, there, dot them about inside here, make them all reeds. And yeah, so that's where the reeds are going to go, around there with that stuff, so that'll be interesting. Might be doing that this week as well. And then also, I got some water, some fake water. Now, I feel a bit stupid for this, but this is water effects, and as you can see it was quite expensive. But I could use this on other parts of the layout and everything, and it's a good sized bottle, so there's plenty in there. But one problem I didn't notice is actually water effects, and this is designed for doing waterfalls. Now I've got to do a tester to see if I can make it flat, because as you can see it's for waterfalls and rapids, which is stupid. Well, I was stupid on my behalf, because as you know, this is going to be a shallow bit of water which is smooth, flat water, not running or trickling or anything. So might have a tiny bit of flow to it, but nothing really like rapids or stuff. So we'll have to see how this comes out, but hopefully I think you can smooth this flat and it will react as smooth water. So that's a bit silly on my behalf. Anyway, other things that have happened to the layout that actually haven't happened on the layout, if you know what I mean, like detail parts away that I've made created away from the layout and are about to be put on the layout. Now, I'm not sure, quite a few updates ago I mentioned about buffers. Obviously, just let me put the camcorder down. First time I had to do this in a Compton Martin update. There we go. I mentioned buffers. Now these are Pico buffers. They come in a little kit flat pack form, quite cheap, much better looking than the Hornby ones. But they come as a plasticky brown colour. I'm not sure if you can see it, but if you can probably see it on the back here. Focus on that little section there. Go on. You can't see it, it's the blurry bit, but the blurry bit is like shiny plastic. Not very realistic. But what I did is I used my weathering on it. I'm not sure, I better move to a lighter area. Let's see, crouch down, here we go. But I used weathering on it. Sorry, the light isn't doing it justice, but I weathered all that plastic, and now, the camera ain't doing it justice. You can probably just see it. Yeah, you can see it on the right side of the buffer, underneath the white section. But you can really see there's a bit of tone in there with all the different rust powders there. There we go. There we are. We've got the tone there. Also, as well as doing all this tone, I also painted, as you can see, the buffer beam itself. I got the idea from Dodo8449. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. He's been away for a bit of a while doing charity work, so I can't wait to see his videos when he gets back. But as you can see here, this is the buffer head. I painted it white. The white paint is Humbrol, but it didn't stick too well, and as you can see it chipped off. But that, as you can probably guess, added a more realistic effect of the white paint chipping away and revealing the rust underneath. So I was pleased with that. I added a bit of powder to dull down the white a bit more, soot powder and stuff, to make it look like where all the engine's soot is built up on there. And then I chipped away a bit more of the paint, which to make it a bit more chipped. And as you can see, it came out really well. I sprayed it with matte varnish, so it should permanently be on there now. I don't want to scratch it too much, although there is a tiny little bit of white on top of there. So I'm going to do exactly what I didn't... There we go. That's it. Do exactly what I said I shouldn't just do. But anyway, that's what I've done there. There, I got a pretty good view, but there's 5 of them on there. 1 in the engine siding, 2 in the dairy sidings, and 2 at the main end of the line. I've got to chip away the ballast here so that they will actually fit in, because I've got to get the little sprues or whatever they are on the bottom of them into the ballast, and obviously I've ballasted over where the holes should be, so I've got to chip that out. So anyway, that's actual update for Compton Martin itself, but there are a few more things to get through, making the video a bit longer than what it should be. First of all, weathered wagons. As you can see, the cattle wagon is now complete. By complete, I mean I've added... Oh, the light ain't going to see it, but you can see, you can just about see it there on the buffer. I've added the black dots to the middle of the buffer, like the oil stains that you would find on a proper buffer. You can just see it on the far right one, the best probably. But I've added that to there, so that one's ready to go to Signals Models. I've done the photo shoot outside of it, so that will, I'm sure, will be coming up very soon. Now, this is specifically aimed at Brazil2044, but I have started your wagon, and I need you to tell me what you think of it so far. Here we go. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll go through what I've done. The first thing I did is I've weathered the roof. This was done with paints and stuff. I still have to do the powders to make it all nice and matte, because as you can see it's a bit too shiny at the moment, but I've got to do powders on top of that, so don't worry about that. The side of the body, I basically did it all sooted down, so you've got all the little cracks and crevices in the wood, all been filled up with soot like they would. There's also a bit of brown and grey on there, just to add it a bit of tone around the door. I've still got to put rust on the handles and stuff. The chassis has been weathered, although a few more places you can see have gone a bit black again from the plastic. So I'm going to have to redo that again. Also, the ends, they don't seam it, but these were quite bright and shiny. This has actually all been gone over with rust. I've actually rusted these. And might be able to see it better here, but these are... Let's see if I can zoom in and get some rust in there. Go on, focus. See that bit? Go on. Here we go. But yeah, there we are. You can see it on the side now. Ah, no you can't. No wonder why my Compton no wonder why my Compton Martin updates are so long. It's because the camera never goes in focus. But there we... And it's out again. But anyway, there we go. You can see the rust down the side of there. The metal support down the side there, which goes onto the corrugated end. I've also got to put some smoke on there to blend in like the soot from the engine. You've still got to do the buffers, and of course one main thing you can probably see I haven't done yet is the wheels. But it's coming along nicely. I've done a lot more on it than I thought I would have this week. It's basically precisely the same on the other side, and I'm really, really chuffed with this wagon. Basically Brazil2044. Obviously this is your wagon, so tell me what you want done, tell me if you like it, tell me if I need to improve on anything, if you want anything added to it in particular. But there you go, so that's what it looks like so far, and I hope you're liking the progress on it. I'm very chuffed with it and a bit jealous that it's not actually going to feature on Compton Martin, but obviously it's your wagon and I'd rather see it on your layout overall. Anyway, so I just thought I'd compare it to the other one to show you, like I said, I've got doll down the roof and all that. So yeah, that's going on pretty well. Now, other part of the video. Now this is about videos that are up and coming. Hopefully this week, which is July the 10th, I will be meeting Gavin and Simon of the Macar Web and Molly GWR channel at the East Somerset Railway, which would be awesome. It should be a day of filming on the train and stuff, so I can't wait. And judging by the weather forecasts, fingers crossed, it is going to be a good day. One word of warning if you're watching this Macar Web. I say about the weather. Basically, the weather at Cranmore is very, very, let's just say, random. It is known, it is known by the locals who live at Cranmore Station as the English Siberia. So the weather can change really, really quickly. So it can be sunny one minute and then be pouring down rain at the next. But judging by the weather forecast, I think we should be all right for the day. So PM me or PM me about what time you expect to get there and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Another thing, now this is slightly less I'm not sure if this is going to happen or not, but I'm looking at hopefully trying to get to the National Railway Museum next Saturday, which is the 13th. I know some of you go on the 13th. Hornby BF3 fan is one of them, and let's just say it is a once in a lifetime experience, and I might be able to go up there. I might. It is it's a long way from here, but fingers crossed, might be able to make it. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that, but that is not for certain. The East Somerset thing is for certain though. I'm going rain or shine no matter what. I'm just going there for the day on the train. So yeah. So anyway, that's all. A bit of mumbling about. I say mumbling because Mike at the model shop, as you know, who I wear the wagons for, mentions I do mumble in some of my videos, and this one is no exception. So anyway, this has been SDJR7F88 speaking, and thanks for watching.